Hey gang, Mocha Boy here. Welcome back, and welcome back to Reddit Force Academy. So today we're going to be focusing in on Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 10 attacks, and this is one of the things that a lot of folks are interested in because it's great if you've got those max heroes and you can do that, big surprise. But what about the smaller guys? What about the guys who have 20 heroes or even 20-30 heroes? And I'm happy to say that even those guys are having some success with this. With this composition. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of those replays. This first replay is coming in. Actually, both of these replays are going to be coming in from Flippedcracker. He's going to be running with a 2021 loadout, so 20 BK, 20 AQ. And again, the first thing that you have to do is you have to select an inner breach point using your earthquakes. And a high value earthquake is one where you can take out the walls, expose 4 to 5 compartments, and take out or pre-damage a lot of buildings, especially in Inferno or any high hit point buildings. Now, the AQ walk portion of this isn't a traditional AQ walk. You're not taking out an entire wall. All you're doing is setting up one side of the funnel, and that's what he's doing here. He's setting up the north side along with taking out some additional defenses to ensure that the Valks have a good breadcrumb of buildings to follow into the core of the base. Once that one side of the funnel is down, he'll set up the other side of the funnel, and you can be stingy here. You don't have to be stingy with your Valks. You can drop a Valk to tank for a Wiz. I feel that that's a good trade, simply because if you miss that, if you miss that funnel, you're cooked. Now, and what that all allows you to do is to get your Valks to just pour into the core, and those 14 Valks under Rage with some healer support, able to take out that first Inferno, move on to the Town Hall, take out the second Inferno, and then he's still moving on. Now, this is what I was talking about with getting your heroes to actually flow into the core, because there were some buildings that were stuck in pockets on the south side of the base. They ended up wandering away from the core and outside the ring. Not a huge deal, but that's typically one of the things that you want to work on. You want to make sure you're pathing your heroes into the core. That usually involves some form of selective targeting. So don't clear all the trash buildings on the perimeter. Leave all but one available, and then that's what your BK will target to pull them into the core. So just all I would say to Flipped is to cut a wider funnel. Use your Valks to tank for the wizards, to take out those exterior buildings. It is that important to make sure that your heroes path into the core. But mission accomplished. 21 heroes, and he was able to go down and take out this Town Hall 10 base. So again, this is just the foundation for more advanced tactics further on down the line, especially when you come into your heavier heroes. So this is a great start for someone who's probably only run this composition a couple of times. So great job there. Yeah, so this next replay, again coming in from Flippedcracker, and he wants to get in on some of this Nemesis base action. This is not the type of base that a typical Town Hall 9 would ever think to attack, but he took it down. Max Infernos, max Expos. He's running in with a 2020 loadout, and he's got his level 4 Valks and his level 4 healers. Now, when you're attacking this base, the first question that you have to ask is, how do I get my AQ on top of an air defense as quickly as possible? And are those air defenses even within range of the AQ? Now, the two air defenses are here and here. And then typically the second thing that you have to work out is, where do I send the core team to take out the second air defense? If you can take down 2 air defenses in a base, at least at a higher level, you increase the odds of 3-starring this base dramatically. But what you're also doing is you're setting up a funnel to ensure that your Valks get into the core of the base. Now, the other thing to note with these bases are look for breach points look for spaces in the interior ring of the base. And breach point, there's one breach point right here, and then there's also 2 breach points, or not breach points, but basically dead space up here. And those dead spaces serve as blocks, one edge of one end stop for one side of your funnel. So if you were to see, if you were to look at this base and see this breach point and that breach point, you would want to come in from the left using quakes or a jump or whatever it is that you want to use. So that's how you work out the pathing. And then what I have the guys working out is what's the best where is the best location to send the breach point in from? Do you send them in from the corner? Do you send them in from the side? There's no right answer. It varies on every base, and they just have to go through the permutations to learn what they are. So let's go ahead and take a look at this all pan out. So as the attack starts, he's going to open up with 4 Quake in the core, and one thing that I would say there is learn to bring your Quakes a little closer into the core so you can pre-damage the Town Hall as well as the CC, the Expo, the walls, as well as the Inferno. That would be a very high value EQ. Now the one problem, at least on the opener, was where he targeted his AQ. You want to make sure you put the AQ on top of the air defense as quickly as possible. Lure comes out, no big deal. He's got his poisons, and this is a really tricky thing to deal with as a Town Hall 9 because you have such limited space for your spells. And the interesting thing that happened here was that the breadcrumb of buildings that the Valks followed ended up kind of doing a U-turn. Like, they went north and then they came south and then they flowed into the core anyway. So this ended up working out. I mean, it wasn't pretty, but hey, we're learning here. So this is the thing that the guys have to learn. And part of the issue with attacking these Max Inferno bases that you don't have a lot of time to get those Valks on top of the Town Hall and on top of those Infernos, almost to the point where you have to keep that rage. You have to keep that rage for the core when that happens. But what they did is they cleared out the top side of the base, they cleared out the west side of the base, and that freed up the AQ to go in there and snipe the Town Hall. From a Town Hall 9 perspective, this is a pretty impressive thing to be able to do against a Town Hall 10 with Max Infernos and Max Expos, and other defenses on their way up to Max for a Town Hall 10. Very difficult base to work out the pathing, to get your Valks just right, to get them into the core, and to get your heroes into position to even take out the Town Hall. So, I mean, again, just a fantastic example of a person pushing his boundaries, 20 BK, 21 AQ, and he's able to go in and grab that base for 2 stars. So great job there, Flip.